Oh, it was Heat. Heat did this to us. Heat. All right. I guess we're doing it. Let's get ready for this journey, chat.
What in God's name is that from Stacks? Unbelievable! Oh, what? Jumping double for Cole! Oh, and another one! Oh, the third! Oh my goodness, how does he do this? How does he go do it again?
Mother Russia.
Oh my God, inhuman reactions!
Inhuman? God, man. Oh, I always wish I was like great at something, bro. Like sports, games, whatever. Oh, to be able to have like a crowd reaction like that. I wonder if your life sucks after that. Does your life suck after that? Like, do you just feel like you've done everything? Like, imagine that happens like hella early. How do you like relive that, or like, how do you like make that experience better as life progresses? God, I feel bad for child stars. Okay. Let's get on the edge of your seats, chat. Supposedly this is amazing.
That brings people together across countries,
Danish Prime Minister
continents, and origin.
Lars Lok Ramasamana.
You are not judged by your nationality or your religion or appearance, but on your abilities to play, to cooperate, and to be a part of something bigger. And that is badly needed in the world today.
Bro, CSGO is that big? They got a prime minister talking about it? It's that big? I literally never heard of CSGO until I started watching Wildcat. Never in my life.
My name's Dev the Mage. I'm mainly a Dead by Daylight streamer who enjoys a few casual games here and there. But watch this. Fourth ball. This is about how I thought it would go. But what a lot of people don't know is when I started streaming, I streamed Counter-Strike. I wasn't particularly good, but I did have my moments. I love FPS games, and the slow, methodical gameplay really struck a chord with me. But this video essay isn't an autobiography. This is to finally put to paper one of my favorite stories to tell on stream so I can share it with the world. This essay is about one of my favorite team lineups of all time going against one of the strongest lineups of all time. About how North America won their first major in Counter-Strike history.
They just made history.
About the climb to the top of the roller coaster, only to feel the great fall.
They fucking won the major, bro.
This is about the greatest game of Counter-Strike ever played. First, in order to achieve the emotions I want you to feel, we need context. How far back to go? Well, let's start most simply.
Counter-Strike for Dummies. Oh, hey, I want to learn anyway. Put me on. Put me on, Dave.
Points on a map. They can test these points with smoke grenades to conceal vision and block paths, flash grenades to blind enemies, explosive grenades to damage, and finally, each team has their own version of area denial. Molotovs for the terrorist, or Ts, and incendiary grenades for the counter-terrorist, or CTs. There's also a decoy grenade, but we'll save that for later. And that's it. There's only one other way for these two teams to contest points on the map, and that's guns. And boy,
there's a
lot of guns. Assault rifles, SMGs, pistols, snipers, shotguns. There's even this thing.
That track was crazy.
This thing is my baby. But other than that, that's it. The terrorists win if they use these items more effectively and kill the entire enemy team or explode a bomb that spawns in on only one of the terrorists. The counter-terrorists win if they kill the entire enemy team or they defuse the bomb after it's planted. The counter-terrorists also win if the round timer reaches 0 and one of them still remains. And that's it. That's the entirety of CSGO broken down to its bare bones. We don't get into clever uses of game mechanics knowledge. But yeah, there's also armor in the game that affects headshot values. Did I mention it makes a sound when you hit them in the head? Did I mention some guns one-shot headshot through this armor at ridiculous lengths? You'd be surprised which guns can do it.
What?
There's setups for these nades to guarantee the flashbang pops in a commonly held angle.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because one's a 5.56 and one's a 50 cal.
Flashing through smokes. Gun recoils are different for every gun. Pre-firing common at angles. Certain guns do certain damage through certain textures. Team coordination, using sound as a way to know where people are. Map knowledge. Certain textures create certain footsteps. Movement values. Different body parts cause different damage to the player. Certain guns can even record this footage, identifying games by their sounds. Air strafing, counter strafing, spray transfer, surfing, bee-hopping, fake flashing. Look at that decoy grenade I told you about. I love this game. I love this game. I love this game.
What? What is a counter strafe?
I digress. Counter-Strike is a fantastic game, despite its reputation.
Ramp. Me inside alone, ramp.
And it does have these moments of glory in its own little vacuum.
Green, why did you throw them, motherfucker? Oh, man! Hey, you now! How do you? Oh, man!
What's happening right now?
But where things really shined,
Who was
the
that?
scene. These players took the entirety of the game's knowledge and boiled it down to a science, to the point that the things they could achieve were near superhuman. They were the ones that came up with those lineups we talked about, or pop flashes. They're the ones that came up with some of those impossible angles. So watching
What?
two people go at it.
Who the fuck figured that out? You would
The
toss
game's
that
knowledge
all the
and boiled it
way?
down to a science, to the point that the things they could achieve.
I'm sorry,
were
I know
near
it's a long video. I'm
superhuman.
not gonna be pausing like that. I'm
They
sorry.
were the ones that came
I
up with
didn't know
those
you could-
lineups we talked
What
about,
the
or pop
fuck?
flashes. They're the ones that came up with some of those impossible angles. So watching two people go at it who both had the aim and knowledge we talked about was a spectacle to watch. Sometimes there be mind games.
Liu comes through. He's got the bomb back. Fake plant. 15 seconds. Sees
Oh
it.
my
and
God.
Nails it.
Sometimes there be mind games to fake a mind game.
He's waiting. I think he's faking the flank.
Do you have
here,
to
so
look
Forrest
down
has
at the bomb to
respect
pick it
that he
up?
could be behind.
Now, imagine there's 5 of these guys going against 5 other guys that have the same caliber of talent. That's where teams come in. And some of them are probably names you already know. Optic Gaming, Team Liquid, NOOB, and our main focuses of the story, Cloud9 and FaZe.
I only know about Liquid,
Not all
Cloud9,
teams
and
were built
FaZe.
equally. As to say, players
think.
are not built equally. Some
Was it
players were
Shroud,
pretty good.
Cloud9? And so was XQC, I think?
Can he get to safety? He manages to
Shroud
get
and
up
XQC or whatever, I think?
Shot the frag onto Alu. Quick second shot. Is causing. Oh my goodness. so
What
much
the
damage done
fuck?
here by Kenny S. Another frag found. And again, Kenny S. 4 kills in a row.
Some
Oh, they gotta
players
just quit.
were
I'd never play
better
again.
still.
What the fuck?
Somebody peek on enemies.
Oh my god!
That's what happens when you go around the corner happy with one dig. Oh, and another one. Oh, and a third. Happy.
Oh, he's digging the whole team. He's digging the whole team. He's digging the whole team.
Sweating bullets. Happy's gonna get the quad kill in the eyes. What is this?
They just kept going into
Some
it.
players were absolute powerhouses.
Mouse's buy is going to be torn away from them very, very quickly by Sighted. Oh my god, Nico gets 3-4! Oh my lungs, I don't believe it! Shoxden has just to find one.
Can they
more
not
volley into
hit
the
him?
touch
I don't.
And what on earth has just happened? As Deagle is on fire and
Oh my god, dude! There's this thing that good
Sure,
players
every
do
community has
where
their
they
Tom Brady.
they're really good at making good players look bad. Like that's crazy to me. Fuck.
Or Tom's Brady.
Flashbang actually flashed the flanker. I have no idea how. C still gets the kill. It
Wait,
almost looked like.
can you avoid the? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh!
He's
Ah!
Can he do it again? He's up to 11 kills and looking for number 12. Are you kidding me?
Can you wait, chat? Can you look down and avoid like the flash grenade?
But how these teams played together was what really made them a force to be reckoned with. So everyone had their own favorite team, regardless if the team did well or not. And my favorite team for a long time was the one based from right here in
that's
the US of A,
fire.
brother.
So who's the US team?
And that was Cloud9.
Oh, FaZe wasn't a US team? God, they was doing work like that? FaZe in CS
Cloud9
is
was one of my
EU.
favorites because,
Oh.
like most nerds do, they find a game they enjoy playing, and then they find someone playing that game and seeing either if they enjoy it too or learn more about the game that they love. My chosen platform, as one could assume, was Switch. Let me tell you,
Bro, I was looking down and I was like, why does everything say pools and hot tubs? Call it booty naked zone. I was like, wait, what is happening? Nah, this dude's fired, bro. This dude's fired, bro. I gotta subscribe.
they
I
love.
gotta
My
subscribe.
chosen platform, as one could assume, was Switch. And let me tell you, the undeniable king of having the most watched clips was Shroud.
Oh my God. Wait. What? He just hit a dude through. What was that? Yeah, I see. I didn't even know Shroud played this. When I started watching Shroud, he was playing PUBG. I was watching like him and Dr. Disrespect play PUBG. That was when I started getting into gaming. I missed all of this stuff. I wasn't into gaming when this was popular. He's this nasty at everything. Just any game, he's built different. Oh. Oh, so that's why Tarek is so good. What? He's not going to get somebody right there. Oh, okay. I was about to cry. Oh my God. He did that to Summit? Oh, but Tarek, isn't that why Tarek is so good at what's that game called? Valorant? So a lot of the people that are good at Valorant were like old professional players for CSGO, pretty much. Setting the stage, chapter 2. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Shroud was a powerhouse. He was a single man hurricane that could tear apart anything in its path.
So are they gonna go back to CSGO now that CSGO 2 is coming out, or what?
You're right. One bullet. Dream.
What, did he hit a heady?
He played for Cloud9. I became interested in that team naturally. From watching them, I found other players I found really impressive and started to form an idea of how good these teams ranked against each other. They not only had Shroud, or Eclipse as he's known by his superfans, but a player named Nothing as well. While he might seem like your average nerdy white guy.
Well, okay, so this is for you have sore forearms. I'm assuming from gaming too much.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I love it though. It's just gamers, bro. You knew what it's going. You know what's gonna happen.
Snake is G-rated.
A lot of gaming.
He's been playing the game for a long time. In fact, he won his own LAN tournament, or a tournament where you have to attend.
I used to play Claw in Call of Duty, and I had to stop that shit, bro, because my hands were getting just destroyed. Like, it was bad. It was so bad.
Physically, at only 10 years old. He was his own monster all the same. And that's the key right there. I just said it. Did you miss it? LAN tournament. Things work differently when these players play against each other physically than when they face each other online. How's that, you might ask? Well, that's because of a thing in the internet world called ping. And boy, for FPS gamers, ping sucks.
Super.
What is happening?
Even in this harsh environment.
I mean, on games like this, I feel like ping's got to be like the most important thing, because you have like 1 second of notice to get the kill. So it's like it's like more important than like Call of Duty. Like this is like
some players found a niche.
Oh my God!
They found a way to thrive. They found a way to use underhanded tactics to gain an upper hand, and no one was known for doing this better than Stewie 2K.
What do you do? Is he throwing him neck? What is happening? Nah, I've never heard of Stu. The only person in this video that I've heard of is Shroud. I never watch Tarek. Only time I watch Tarek is if he does like a disguised toast watch party. I found out about Tarek from watching DSG, the Valorant team. I was watching one of their videos, and that's how I found out about Tarek.
What's going on? What's going on? What? I don't understand what's going on here.
What? God. How do they know they got the kill so fast? What? Wait, is there like aim assist in CSGO? How do you know he shot somebody right there?
I don't understand what's going on here.
Stewie 2K was a guy who, in our community, is so online. Could get away with anything. You name something that shouldn't work, he finds a way to do it. 1v5s? Yeah, we got that covered. Disgusting headshots? Yup. Jumping headshots? Clear. But he was still an onliner. This is because he was up-and-coming talent that hadn't really seen a whole lot of LAN play. Why am I telling you this? Because in 2016, Cloud9 had parted ways with Sean Garris, a longtime player and someone who had led them as the in-game leader of some time.
Oh, so they needed a new IGL?
Who else but Stewie 2K? You see, an in-game leader is a rule that someone takes upon themselves to call the shots, if you will. Essentially, figure out how the team will achieve victory in the next round.
Okay.
Well, most of the time, this either comes down to an egomaniac being the only person talking, to two egomaniacs arguing, or even worse, 5 egomaniacs. Could you imagine?
You're alone. Please, don't do it. Just don't do it. I don't care if you think it's... I don't care if you think it's a good play. Don't do it again.
Dude, this kid's crying.
Or even just a simple rush B, no stop. Someone will ultimately call the shots in every game of Counter-Strike.
Oh my god. That sounds like me and Spree right there, dude.
This is a bit different. Much like football has playbooks, so too does Counter-Strike. Also, there's coaches, but we won't touch on that. The quarterback calling the shots after the plays decided was Sean Garris. He had knowledge and knew what he was talking about, so losing him was a big deal. Nothing took on the in-game leader position or IGL, but Sean was still a big loss. And when Cloud9 signed Stewie as the replacement, it was looking like a GG. I mean, he was online and had little LAN experience. How could he possibly help a team that was so inconsistent on LAN? But then he showed us.
Did he hit that?
Stewie 2K turned out to be actually quite consistent, even on LAN. He showed us he could perform with the big names that were heavy hitting at that time, and boy, were there some real Doomslayer types. More on that later. He even had great chemistry with the people on his team as they all played against and with each other online. While this addition was great and helped improve morale a bit, they started to win online tournaments, but they still couldn't perform at the absolute highest scale. What was this scale? Well, for that, we have to expand out a bit. Let's think more global. You see, up until this point,
Africa didn't have a team?
Players, some of whom are well known outside.
So black people don't play Counter-Strike, huh?
What do some of the best players in the world look like? Well,
Did he just get a jumping no-scope?
What? Jumping double for Cold! And Fnatic are starting to crumble. What's going on?
What the fuck? Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! What? I'm quitting the game! I'm quitting the fucking game! Is he no-scoping niggas? What?
okay, bring it down. Those were some good players. There were players so good at the game.
Oh my god!
Here's the Doomslayer himself.
Back quickly by Tabson. Next comes in with a kill. Kiniko round towards fourth. It gets 3 and the 4th. Perfectly placed from Nico.
Some people so cold and
like Nico the tall
Nico? They can
Nico?
win a 1v5 at a LAN in front of thousands of live viewers and millions of online.
Wait a second. Is FaZe Nico the tall nigga? Like, no, like, wait a second. Nico is from Bosnia? Like, Nico, like FaZe Nico? Wait a second. That nigga played Counter-Strike? The tall one, right? Oh, I'm not even thinking of him. Oh, that's a whole different person. Who is the other dude? Oh, Nikan. That's who I'm thinking of. Yep, you're right. Yep, that's who I'm thinking of. Yep, you're right. You're right. I was like, who is that guy?
Just high-five it off like it's nothing.
What a frag there coming in from Rain. He's going to be pushing into the bomb site. The bomb is on his back. He's got the smoke for cover, so he can make the approach to the bomb site. He does have some time as well. He's going to try to get the frag onto the flanking player. The game sense from this man is unreal. There's still 2 more players to find, though. Rain, he's going to get another one. MBK goes down. He's created a one-on-one.
I think he's still in there.
So much time to use as well. He's going to make his way back towards the.
I don't really know what they do anymore, but I think he's still in there.
And he's going to try to trick his opponent right now. Apex though. Oh my goodness! Gracious me, Rain is an absolute monster.
Fucking outplayed,
Some players were
dude.
so good with an op, they could flick it so fast to you, you'd blink and miss it.
They come, nades rain in. Here come the bodies as well. Guardian just put one down. Can he find a second? You better believe he can.
No way, he's switching back to the left. If he goes back to the niggas underground right there, nah, that guy's gotta quit. That guy's gotta put his whole stick away. Oh my god, I'd be so pissed.
Some players so smart at the game, they can
What
think
was
rounds better
that?
you while staying on their toes and still aiming better.
I'm ranging at the whole fucking team, bro. What was that?
He doesn't want just the plant, Vince. He wants the meat and the potatoes.
Gonna catch this player in the back with a deagle. We saw a nightmare yesterday. He got CS:GO'd fully. There's nothing wrong about that. Shank between the shoulder blades. Money in the back.
That was so disrespectful.
And an orc for good measure.
Oh
He's got
my
smoke. He can
god.
hold one of these angles away as he retreats now. The
Guardian's
bomb's not
career
landed
is
for
sad.
him. If he holds down on this, he's gonna have to wait for 10 seconds. Karrigan's not buying it. He is holding position. He is taking all the risk.
Players who are so good.
No, the patience is crazy. The patience is crazy. The person that got that 1v5, he's never won before? Nah, I'd be pissed. 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 My team's got to answer for that shit, bro, because I'm way too good. You're telling me that we were never able to clutch up? Nah, that's crazy. That nigga got a 1v5 jump shot quick scopes, and they ain't never won nothing?
So, what is that prestigious award? What is the Super Bowl to this endeavor of ours? Well, the major, of course. The major is where our
Did you see how
of ours? Well, the major.
Holy shit. It's like that? Oh my lord. CSGO was popping like that? Wait a second, bro. What is, hold on. I gotta go to a gaming show, bro. I ain't never been to nothing like this.
Of course. The major is where our NFL, Valve, hosts massive venues and fills it with only the best of the best teams. These teams battle it out for days on end. All the while, it's professionally
It's like a
casted,
Justin Bieber concert in that
analyzed,
bitch.
and celebrated by millions of both live and
God.
online viewers. And increasingly so. Actually, by 2018, it had over 1.3 million online viewers on Twitch alone. And everyone wanted a piece of the pie. But Valve always made sure to invite only the best personalities. Hell, some of the greatest plays of all time aren't because of what players did, but mainly because the caster of the game had such an incredible reaction. I know you want examples, so here you go. I can't think of a pithy segue into it, so enjoy my...
I fucking love this guy, bro. I like this. This is like it's not too crazy of like a thing. This is like, it's like a regular guy just making little video essays. This is fucking fire, bro.
And favorite
This is
caster moments.
And now it's all on Guardian. Will he try and hold the AWP? He gets the shot onto Apex. Is he going to try and go huge here? Kenny S on site, straight in his face. Doesn't hit the no-scope. Doesn't hit the pistol.
Shoot.
Kenny S, would you believe it? The balls on that man to go for the
What?
and make it 5-3 now B.
To just Snacks.
What?
Find one. Oh, no. Let's not leave him out of this. The Big Apple and Snacks is hungry. He's got 1 kill already on the USP. Low HP as well on Guardian and Flamey. He's trying to bait them out, trying to get them into one-on-ones as he dances back and forth between the box.
There's no way. Oh my god, he's not about to let... You're about to let this nigga just slide through everybody? What is he doing?
What in God's name is that from Snacks? Unbelievable!
Actual 2-on-2. That bomb.
First of all, what is this? What? Why are they only playing on like a half the monitor? What is happening?
From Snacks! Unbelievable!
Back to a 2-on-2. That bomb so far tick. They gotta move quick right now. They're going for it. The defuse is already happening. Hiko, are you kidding me? He's gonna go for it. They win the round. Hiko picks up a triple and Cloud9 win it. What?
That could be.
These guys remind me of like listening to Courage cast. I fucking love it when casters get into it, bro. I love it.
Looking for a second.
No way, no way. You didn't peek that? Where's the conversation? Where's the conversation? No, that's crazy. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. It was a whole team of single players. Like, where was the communication? Like, it's like, all right, I'll peek, you peek too, same time, ready, go. No 3, 2, 1, nothing.
What the shit? Pardon my French, I apologize, but that spray transfer was probably the most insane spray transfer I've ever seen.
Now it's
bro, the caster said, what the shit?
Freiburg has already made
the caster
made sure that they won that round. Hiko is gonna go for it. Freiburg will eventually fall, but it is too late. Geralt is gonna be waiting. Hiko charges in, doesn't check. Oh, what? Oh my God! Inhuman reactions.
Gambit has sent even more firepower there. Bring more HP.
This is so smart.
Oh, this is huge. Doji's throwing a nade into the corner just as the bomb's gonna go off. They're both gonna go down.
What kind of timing? So he got the extra damage to.
So smart.
There aren't any for Sponsorless. They didn't have enough money, or they've already used them. There's one Molotov going in now. The kills start to trickle in for Sponsorless on that CT side. It will once again just be Hiko. Is he about to pull off the Alamo? He's got 3 from behind quad. Can he find a 4th? He gets the 4th. He's on for the ace, and he gets it. What?
They might have wanted to actually pick up a sponsor. They might have wanted to pick up a sponsor because that is crazy. So the bomb they plant was going to leave them on like 30 HP and not kill them. And he threw a grenade on them, so it did the extra 30 damage. That's crazy timing, bro. That's crazy timing. In my head, right, I was thinking that they were going to get like a suicide for the bomb because they planted it, so it wouldn't count against them if they died from it. You know what I mean? So I was thinking that because he threw the grenade, that damage of the grenade like counted as like so like when they got hit by the thing, it meant that somebody else damaged them. So then, you know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know how I got there.
That just happened.
I feel like I'm trapped. I'm trapped inside of a meme right now. Inhuman reactions. I need a tactical.
Gets caught trying to trade a
tactical timeout.
Jason Hart trades it back, and now it's Summit in the 1v1 to try and close this out against Fugly. Fugly playing it aggressively now, but Summit.
Okay, Slice
will close out.
Wait, Summit was a pro? I thought he's always been a content creator. I didn't know he was a pro.
What?
Okay then.
Huh?
No. What happened? Oh no, Summit! No!
Oh, that is heartbreaking.
Now again,
oh my God, he ran through the molly. Oh my God, what? Oh my God, I would cry, bro. I would cry. I would cry. I would cry. That's crazy.
Is it really possible? We do have a few players quite tagged up here from Luminosity, so Hiko definitely not going down without a fight. Oh, wow, there's the first fast strike. Hiko gets a double. There's still 2 players left. They got no health on them. 13 and 3. Hiko creeping around the site now. There's still time. Oh my goodness, how does he do this?
How does he not hear that? This is like before the sound cheese, huh? Because there's no way you don't hear somebody fucking mantling a crate behind you. That's crazy. That's crazy. FaZe and the rest of C9? No, you don't hear that? What? Damn, they need that kind of sound in Call of Duty. He is shifting.
And while a lot of people will pick
so he's crouched.
Anders is the best duo of all time.
He was like crouch jumping.
Mainly because Anders has so much time invested in the community and has some of the most beloved memes of all of CSGO history. See Inhuman Erections.
What?
Some of the most iconic plays of all of CSGO history are because these two right here are the ones that casted it. But I found my favorites in 2 casters known as James and Dan, or James Bardolph and DDK. While they mostly spent their times being silly together, they really knew how to play off each other, especially during the most intense parts. Okay, let's bring it back. What does all this have to do with the greatest game of Counter-Strike ever played? Well, that's because the greatest game of Counter-Strike takes place during the major finals against a team of the 5 extraordinary gentlemen I showed you previously. Remember them? And that team was called FaZe, and they were dominating. They were the best players in the world, assembled under one team, and they knew it. They were untouchable and a guaranteed shoe-in for a major final winner that year, if it hadn't been for one little dark horse. And who is that dark horse? Well, one could assume it's Cloud9, since that's who you were introduced to in the beginning, but you'd only be partially right.
So that's the whole team?
I've only shown you 3 of the members of the team, and that's for good reason. You see, to bring you up to speed, Cloud9 in 2016 was Shroud, Nothing, Stewie 2K, a player called Freakazoid, who, while a good player all to his own, isn't a focus for us, and a 5th member who's possibly the most important character of the story, Skadoodle.
Skadoodle
was the team's offer.
Where have I seen Skadoodle's name before? I've seen that.
I decided that Skadoodle was my first favorite player. Sure, Shroud was the king of Reddit, but Skadoodle always was consistent, even on LAN. And he was fast. Like, really fast. Like, wrist-breaking fast.
I'm looking for someone to hold, someone to care, someone who's there. I try to find someone who's me.
I thought XQC played for Cloud9, chat. He played for Luminosity? Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So like in Counter-Strike, when you, Overwatch, that's what it was. Okay. In Counter-Strike, when somebody says somebody's fast, do they mean like how they move, like when they move to the shot, or like when they like go away from after they shoot somebody? Like, what does that mean exactly? Flicks? Okay, okay. Because I'm like, you don't run really in CSGO, huh? So what does that mean by that? Okay. So his like left to right reaction time, all that? Gotcha. Gotcha. Jesus. Bro, I bet everybody thought he was cheating. I bet everybody thought he was cheating. Nah, because ain't nobody doing that to me. I'm telling you right now, he would have been banned if he was playing against me. I'd be like, well, ain't nobody that good. Look at these shots. Everybody loves a man focusing on his wood.
So, okay, we know 4 of the 5 players you need. Who was the last person? Well, that's why I said partially right. See, we've only met 2
Shroud,
of the final
Stewie.
members of the team in 2018. Stewie 2K and Skadoodle. Shroud left because he was rich from streaming and Nothing retired, as a lot of people expected to happen that year. So the 2 best players, one might think, but here's the thing. Shroud was the king of Reddit when he played CSGO, sure. But he moved on to other games like PUBG, and apparently that's it because his Discord said no one watches him anymore. No, for real, here's the message.
Okay, Shroud, nerds, I need a game Shroud has played on stream that, if taken out of context, will be funny to an outside observer. I'll be honest with you, not many of us actively watch Shroud. Sorry to inform you of such devastating news. Hey, yo, why are you in Shroud's Discord server? What the fuck?
Anyways, dead streamers aside, we need heavy hitters to replace Shroud and Nothing, as they were so strong. So, who do we pick? Enter the Prince of Reddit. Tarek, who goes by the in-game name Tarek.
Oh, it's Tarek,
was another
not
onliner
Tarek.
who had
Okay,
started to see some popularity around this time,
okay.
and was seen as a great player, and he even had a little bit of LAN experience. He had great plays himself, but because he was going against Shroud, he never saw much
2016?
popularity. But with Shroud moving on to the other games, it who's left to fill the void? Well, Derek, of course.
And he actually has personality too, so there's that, huh? Also, he's always been about the workout stuff. I remember I was watching, I think it was here recently. He was doing he was walking on like a walking treadmill while he was casting the DSG game, and I was like, what is happening right now? Jesus. Hey, yo! What was that?
Not on it, not on pushing.
Going back for the girl.
God, man. God! It was like that?
And Cloud9 must have saw.
I always wanted to see what these people looked like when they were on the come up. You know what I'm saying? Because were they just always great, or is that just what 18 hours a day on the game looks like? You know what I'm saying?
Something in him too. So they gave him a contract and he accepted. So Derek is 3. Who are the last 2? Well, you've already met them. Here they are. But they aren't pushovers. You see, these guys knew what they were doing.
Probably both.
And let's be clear here. This is Skadoodle's team. Skadoodle had, up to that point, been the longest standing member of Cloud9 since 2015.
Whoa.
No one else on the team had that much commitment to it besides him, which is part of what made him the main character of the story. You see, the major is no joke. It's a really long process.
Getting footage of the 2018 majors.
As plainly as I can.
Impossible.
You see, the major has 3 stages, and it's honestly a lot more than I'm willing to get into, but Esports Talk has a great video on it, and you can go check it out in the description below. But
Challenger stage.
Imagine you have to go through 3 stages, and the second stage is the people who won the year before at the stage above them. So you may go up against a team who is the literal best team in the world in order to progress. Cloud9 haven't been able to get past stage 2
that seems actually
in
dope.
years, and Skadoodle had been through it all. So he gets the special mention.
I'm sorry, that seems like a really good way to know, you know what I'm saying? Who's really up there. You feel me? And I feel like that gives the best team a better advantage of being able to win again, twice in a row, 3 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? That's actually dope.
But all these players are incredibly talented as they are. And together they made the Cloud9 as they are meant to be. And they were
break it down, Spring, go for
a
it.
really strong team that year. In fact, they were so strong that year that they earned an invitation to the second stage of the major.
We finally made it.
So, we now have the stage set. We're at Boston, North America, and there isn't a crowd yet, but there will be.
Boston?
After all, the city in the United States have been chosen to be the hosted city, and there was something special. Not only had Cloud9 finally made it to the second stage, which hadn't happened in some time, but Team Liquid, another American team, had also made it that far. And 2 NA teams at the same time was pretty unheard of for a major. Now, you might be wondering why I'm focusing so hard on the fact that it's North American, but it's actually pretty important.
Only 8 go through.
See, North America, that is Canada and United States, had really heavy hitters. but not a lot of players are willing to move to a different continent to be able to play with the same team, especially with how early in e-gaming we were at the time. So a lot of really talented players had to compete with each other to end up at the global scale. While EU players still had to compete at a regional level to earn their place, they were still the entirety of the EU globally. So, logically speaking, had the majority of the talent in the professional world of Counter-Strike. Since North America is only 3 countries and the EU is 27, statistically, they would have more majors. But America had still not won a single major. But this was our time to show them. We finally had 2 really good teams here, and they looked like they could hold their own. FaZe was looking tough, and Astralis would go on to win the next 3 majors after this.
Wow.
But North America, and especially us, just Cloud9 fans and lovers of the game in general, we arrive at the second stage, or otherwise known as the Legends stage.
Legends in the making.
Cloud9 had to win 5 games in a best-of-1 format against 5 different teams.
Best of
We didn't know
one?
the teams yet, but I was hopeful. Cloud9 was up against Astralis in set 4, but had the luck of drawing Space
Oh
Soldiers
my
in set
God,
2.
dude.
And
One
Vegas
bad
Squadron in
game and
set
you're
5.
fucking gone.
Those were 2 very weak teams that Cloud9 had a real chance of winning against, almost 70%. As long as they get those 2 near guaranteed wins, all we need to do is not lose set 1 against G2 or set 3 against Virtus Pro. We could let Astralis win set 4. After all, they were looking nearly unstoppable right now. Eventually, game 1 happened, and we're up against G2. And boy, do they look good this year. Kenny S, one of the fastest operators in the world. Shocks the Tank. NBK, aka Natural Born Killer. Genuinely a tough ass to survive against, but Cloud9 could do it. It wouldn't be easy, but maybe they could. They chose Cash as the map, which could have possibly ended in our favor, but no, Cloud9 ultimately could mount no offense, so it ended 16-8.
Oh my
Oh, yeah, by the
God,
way,
they
games
got
are best of 30,
smoked.
and there's as many overtimes as it takes until one team can win 4 of 6. That's fine. That's within the calculations. Next game is against Space Soldiers, who, sure, have Xantares, who is known for doing this.
Dozy will continue. Early B on his own. With 4 plays for Gambit towards A. Xantares,
What the fuck?
Not really an issue, right?
What the fuck?
That's a nice initial pick.
Oh my God, he's dookie on him.
Getting the blood in those hands.
Oh my God!
Just wreck absolutely everybody. 4 quick kills from Xantares.
Right?
There we go. You killed someone.
There's the first one. The trade frag just absolutely destroyed.
Bro, he is fucking them.
That is impressive, isn't it?
Oh, Major's got the walls on. 10-3.
Ultimately, Stewie had little to no impact in that game, and being a constant 4v5 was hard to do against any team. In fact, he didn't do as bad in the last game, but stat-wise, wasn't much better.
Oh my God.
It was understandable, as Stewie had never been on a stage this close to the ultimate prize before. The nerves were maybe getting to him, so he couldn't perform like he could online in the comfort of his own home. In fact, that was true for most of the cast that wasn't Skadoodle. Rush and Tarek were old Optic gaming buddies, sure, but they never made it this far. Automatic was from Team Solo Mid, a well-known company, but had also never been this far. In fact, the only person that had was...
Oh shit, that was TSM. They've been along that long? I thought they came out in like Fortnite days, dude.
Skadoodle. And watching them be 0-2, 1 loss away from being out of the major, was heartbreaking for me. So I stopped watching them entirely. After all, Team Liquid was 1-1 with a favorable matchup coming soon. So all they had to do was sneak in 1 more win and we'd be off to the major finals with the North American team. Not my original choice, but hey, it was better than watching Cloud9 inevitably lose to Astralis and be kicked out. Team Liquid didn't even have to face Astralis if the stars aligned, so all on board the Team Liquid train. It's like a train and Liquid. Choo-choo! Let's go! And they're out.
God damn!
Vegas
They
Squadron
looked
to go
like they was about to
1-3.
really
Nice.
take that. 16 and fucking 12.
Here we are at the end of the tale. But something happened that day. Little did I know, in the background, someone was working. Someone was toiling away. Someone was working and burning the wick at both ends. Skadoodle was cooking something up. Somehow, Cloud9 had managed to beat both Virtus Pro and Astralis. As absurd as it was, Cloud9 had managed to double upset and remain in the standings for a major attempt. And the final game
versus
was
Vegas
against Vegas
Squadron.
Squadron, the team who had just beaten Team Liquid. North America's only other team anyone else had left to consider had stolen our hope. And now would they steal our pride? No. Actually, it was the opposite.
Damn. Okay,
a
on it.
Complete slaughter. And who else had finally woken up but Stewie 2K himself? In fact,
God,
the whole team
so
had
it
woken
just-
up, and there
it
seemed to
just
be
took
no
a little
weak links,
bit.
just
It just took a
teammates
little
working
bit.
off of each other.
Okay, they got cooking.
And with that win, we were off to the live show. This is where the major truly began, the champion stage. To be here was to guarantee your chance at a shot at the title next year, and North America was invited. And who else gave us the key to the mailbox itself but Cloud9? I couldn't have been happier. While we did have a lot of heavy hitters to go through, namely SK Gaming, who had Cold Zera, a man with a play so iconic, they made a permanent addition to the game because of it. How does Cloud9 win against all of this?
Fuck!
Well, by playing really good Counter-Strike, of course. Brackets were in, and we could not have been happier. We go up against G2 again in the first round, but now things are different. Now we play 3 maps, and the first to win 2 maps is the winner. So we play the coin flip game to decide our first map, and it's Mirage. Perfect. That's one of our best maps. And if we play well, maybe we can squeak out a win. Oh, yep, that'll work.
Damn.
Oh, and you close out the second map too. Wow, that was their map choice, and we don't do well on Cobblestone at all. Maybe
this is like where I just don't understand gaming, bro. This is where like I don't understand like professional events, you know? Because it's like it's almost like you just hope that the other team just chose not to show up that day. You know what I mean? Because how they go from just getting fucking absolutely tossed, like their salads just tossed like that, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, cool, we're warmed up now, we're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like what is that? What is that itch that they had to scratch? Like, and is the other team just, were they just not practicing? Like they just weren't getting better? You know what I'm saying? Because like I'll never understand, like if they're already at that level, they're already great. They saw what this team did. Like, did one team just put in some crazy more amount of work? Like, I don't understand like team sports, bro. I don't get it.
Cloud9 can take it all the way this year. In fact, it's time to really prove it. Our next opponent is SK Gaming, and we know who Cold Zera is. But then there's also Fallen. This guy.
Zera didn't know what the hell was going on, but
So were we just watching this nigga? Like, what?
he's reacting.
Oh, he was trying to kill the other guy, Fallen. Okay, that makes sense. Because I'm like, what was he doing?
Was coming in. Fallen actually gets seized as well. This kill is there. It's going to be guarded. Now it's time to fall back. And it's Fallen.
No, he wasn't trying to get. What is happening?
Going to be capitalizing there as well. As I said, you've won the round at that point. Why are you giving your up away? But still, Fallen battling on here. It's going to be a 3-on-1 situation. Make this really interesting, you know.
5 seconds, he knows it.
Yeah.
He's going to get that bomb down. Right in the nick of time, and Na'Vi are going to be sitting there quite literally on the opposite side of the map. And he is just waving a flag saying, come and get me. 17 points of health in a dream. This would be an ace.
Oh my God, they're so split. They're so split.
I'm believing.
All he has to do is hope that he can get a 1v1
Would you
here.
suggest that you don't want to stop believing?
So you can't hear this reload? Like this dude that's coming up the stairs, he doesn't hear him reloading the sniper?
You're a bit of a believer. Would you
or the
suggest
pistol?
that you don't want to stop believing?
Why don't you cast around?
Okay, tags up. 1. He's gonna get. Oh! I'm starting to believe as well, Henry, because he's gonna take it.
What?
Fallen! Stop blowing my mind! This is gonna be absolute madness. A round that we will forget, because there goes Zeus. Saving the day for Na'Vi, but could you stop? He's actually got away with it.
Yeah, he didn't reload, but he did. He like he pulled the bolt back and then he charges a pistol. You didn't hear him? Like when he brought the pistol up, he pulled back the charging whatever for the pistol, and then once he pulled the sniper out, he pulled the bolt back. You didn't hear that?
Zeus is out of the round.
No way.
Oh
He's
my
actually
God,
won the
Fallen
round.
has done this. I thought Zeus had time, but no. Luminosity.
I told you. You've just got to believe sometimes, Alex.
Who is a menace all to himself. But it really all depends on what maps we get. The maps were key in these things. Being able to deny your opponent's best map and achieve a map favorable for you was key to winning. It made sense. Some teams got really good at high playtime maps to ensure that they always stay competitive, while other teams choose to highly specialize and choose maps that aren't played as often to always guarantee a win. But the best teams in the world practice
so that's
each
how you
map
pick.
as many times as possible. And our domination of Mirage isn't stopping. Of course, as mentioned before, we lose Cobble, but SK Gaming take us to Inferno, and we have a 50% win rate on that map, so we flip the coin. What I haven't told you is statistics so far. Cloud9 wins Mirage every time they play it. They are, in this year, insanely good at this map. But on Cobblestone, SK Gaming is king. Plus, Cloud9 don't like Cobblestone anyhow. This 1-1 was expected. However, I at one point saw SK Gaming take away a certainty from me. Remember this spray about Cold Zera? This spray was put here because this was the most notable play at a major. Valve does this sometimes. They'll add in some graffiti or objects to solidify them forever as memories in the game itself. Awesome, right?
Oh, that's
but
funny.
This spray is when North America's dreams were dashed the year prior. When Team Liquid was reverse swept into choking a lead and losing the farthest a North American team had ever made it before. But now this was it. This was the final stage. But this year was different. Cloud9 didn't fumble the bag and closed out quite handedly on map 3.
The hero, Danny's here for the triple.
But now, this was it. This was the final stage. This was now officially the furthest a North American team had ever come to a major win.
Damn, so they
just
shitted on that.
rounds of victory away from making
Damn, they
Counter-Strike
2-0'd everybody.
history.
God damn.
Skadoodle and the weight of every Twitch chatter's dreams are on the line. The casters are announced.
Skadaddy.
Who else but my favorite casters, James Bardoff and DDK. This is starting to turn exciting. The absolute best the EU can offer us. Nico, arguably best player in the world at this point. Olaf Meister, former best player in the world and CSGO legend maker. Guardian, one of the world's best oppers. Rain, a CSGO legend himself and ranked one of the best players in the world.
It's like
Kerrigan,
jerseys were
one of
just
the most
never made
brilliant
for fat
minds
people.
to ever touch the game.
Like,
All
they just
of
always
which
looks weird.
have been at a finals
Like,
before.
how is that neck
Or
that
going up
big on that
against
shirt?
A no-shirt
That shit
streamer,
was huge.
an egoist onliner, a challenge stage Andy, a second Asian, and Skadoodle, who none
second
had ever
Asian?
been this far before. We all knew FaZe would win, but god damn it. This was our home. We weren't going to lose in our home, were we? We certainly weren't going to go down without swinging. The crowd made sure of that, at least. All that was left was the maps. We picked Mirage. Perfect. We could easily win that. Unfortunately, FaZe was smart and picked Overpass. A bad map for us, and one that they've been having good practice with lately. After the final bans went through, we were left with Inferno, which ultimately would come down to a
That was like a
coin flip
toss-up.
again.
Yeah, I was
Cloud9
gonna say,
have
they-
been having really
they said
good
they weren't
showings
good at
on
that one.
Inferno, but so were FaZe. There was not a for sure answer, and that made the tension of the first map so much more. Because while we were good on Mirage, FaZe still had the best players in the world on their side.
The unstoppable force.
The game opens and James Bardoff, who with his partner DDK never casted a major finals before, opens the crowd up.
Make some noise in this bitch!
Make some noise in this bitch!
And like that, my adrenaline is through the roof. I'm ready to watch.
So the CSGO
See how
casters
my
were like
beloved
cursing and
knuckleheads
shit?
stack up against the best players ever put under one roof. Cloud9 won pistol round and we're feeling good. That's an almost guaranteed 3-round lead, as at this point in the game's history, it was common for the opposing team to force buy, meaning to spend all their money instead of saving. There's a whole economy game to the system too, but it's not important. Basically, a force buy is a gamble that you will aim better than the enemy team, and because winning a round gives more money than losing a round, force the other team to make the exact same decision. Most high-name teams force buy after a lost pistol round, full save the round after that, and then they have enough money to buy whatever they want, basically. But that's on the 4th round of the game. For T's, that's a lot different.
Holy shit,
because the
so you
game
gotta
is
go
inherently
crazy.
CT-sided on a professional level. The most common scoreline after a half when the team switch side is 9-6, not 8-7 or 7-8, and usually in favor of the CT side. So CT side was more favored. So if you can win 6 rounds as a terrorist, you're essentially in line with the win percentage of the other team. You could judge a game by halftime who's going to win most of the time. To go even further, some maps were heavily CT-sided. NOOB, for example, was an insanely CT-sided map. You'd see an 11-4 lead get reverse swept. Mirage was slightly CT-sided, but in general, one of the more balanced maps in the game. Winning a pistol round is good, but now they need to transfer. And of course, FaZe forced by the next round, as we knew they'd do.
I got that. It took me a minute, but I got that.
Dying at all, which is huge for the economy going forward for C9. Now they know they can't lose. Round 3 is the round the other team saves. It's common for a Hail Mary plan to happen fear, but FaZe played normally and we're up 3-0. FaZe gets a round on us, but we win the next 5 rounds in a row. Sure, FaZe cleans up the rest of the rounds, but we managed to sneak in one more before the end, and one round was only because Guardian basically 1v4'd.
Oh, Nico goes down straight away. That was maybe the only chance, but Guardian comes back in. Oh, Guardian, he gets 2. There's still more to go, though. Cloud9 must plant the bomb. The peaks come in, but Guardian will not stop. 1 more to go, and Guardian gets them all.
Making the first half score 6-9 with us going to the CT
terrorist,
side.
Counter-terrorist.
The favored side of our favored map. Things
It's
are
crazy how much sense that makes.
looking good. Less good after FaZe won the pistol round, but thanks to some well-placed shots, Tarek and Skadoodle are able to pepper down FaZe into a force buy win. Not only that, but no one even died. So off the back of that, Cloud9 secured the next 2 rounds and the score is 12-7.
That's how they got their money up too.
You know what they say about living in the sun. Eventually, the sun has to set.
Fuck.
What happens next can only be described through the game. So I'll let the game tell the story for you.
That was clearly a nasty surprise for Automatic, but let's see if Skadoodle can hold on to this AWP. Olofmeister is charging through B apps at the moment, and Skadoodle will be exposed from the back.
Slowly creep in. They want to guarantee the trade. Rain finds an unknown angle, a blind spot, and he'll take full advantage.
Wait, they're about to win fucking 4?
Ooh, there you go. That's a nice crack. Looks for the follow-up, but he can't find it.
Oh my god, they are.
At play. He can get a free push through the smoke. Skadoodle's done. Rush is done. Only Automatic left alive for Cloud9 to try and survive with this M4, and he knows that if he holds on off, he can potentially get a kill and fall back and be safer. But
holy
the game is now tied, and FaZe call a timeout. This is it. Cloud9 are on a buy round, but do not have enough money to buy again after this. They will be giving up 2 rounds effectively, barring miracles if they lose this round. 3 versus 2 in favor of Cloud9. Bomb site B, post plant.
Oh my god, you're telling me we won the round on pistols?
Catwalk, watching the mid rotations while Guardian sits with an op beneath B apartments, watching CT kitchen to watch CT rotations and listen for flanks. A tough line to crack, especially with how little these players miss. Stewie gives away his position by throwing flash grenades for his teammates on rotation, but doing this gives Guardian knowledge, and he hits a shot on Stewie as he's entering sight.
What the fuck was that?
It was they know that both Russian automatically coming from kitchen, so they both post up. With Guardian half measuring, make sure you can still see flank. Olaf kills automatic. Guardian lays out rush. Right there.
What?
That kill on rush, that's when you can actually see my heart break. If I had a live recording of me watching this, I knew what was coming. The NA choke. It happened once before, and the curse seemed to be true. Team Liquid had it last year. Now it's Cloud9's turn. I'd watched the rest of the game.
I bet that oath enjoyed the shower,
how
kid.
you'd expect, with Cloud9 losing in an absolute nail-biter of a final round. That was it. Game over. There was nothing left. The next map was Overpass, and FaZe were known to dominate that map. Cloud9 had a positive win rate on it, sure, but FaZe had this in the bag. I left the stream open as I would enjoy the post-celebration and all the special things they had planned for the live stream at the end, but I wasn't going to actively watch my hopes be demolished. What I didn't know was that Cloud9 was to put on a masterclass of a CT side that NA had ever seen. After a 12-3 half, things were looking pretty good. A pistol round loss is expected. It is a CT-sided map after all, but what wasn't expected was 2 of the T's buying AK-47s, a gun that can one-shot headshot at near any range. This is because when the terrorist plants a bomb, the entire team gets more money regardless if you win or lose. And that combined with the extra kills they got, Stewie with their AKs and Rush's glorious follow-up on an aggressive peek causes Cloud9 to not only upset the round,
What was that?
transition that into a 14-4 lead. This was about the time my buddy messaged me on Discord and said to tune back in. And it was at this point, I was sure I had a curse. I watched C9 start to choke a 15-4 lead.
I would have signed off. After they lost 3 in a row, I'd be like, okay, cool. I just can't watch. I can never watch. That's what that means. Like,
Before I knew it, my eyes had
bro.
just watched physically a 4 climb to a 10. I don't need them to style on phase. I take them around kicking and screaming. Just please one more. And that's basically what happened. Tarek an automatic 2v4 a post-plant situation in a 16th round, and we've made it. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally arrived at our destination. The final map of a grand final of a major where a North American city is chosen out of the thousands of locations, where a North American team has a real shot at winning something that has never been done by anyone before them. With my favorite casters casting the game, Inferno of the Boston 2018 Major Grand Finals between
God, and then you gotta watch it on Inferno too.
The greatest game of Counter-Strike ever played. The game opens up with Cloud9 on T side. Not great. Inferno is a massively CT-sided map, and things go even worse when Cloud9 lose the pistol round, creating a surefire 3-round deficit. But on round 2, Tarek manages to both open and close the round out for Cloud9 on a force buy, causing Cloud9 to take an early 3-1 lead. And thanks to an aggressive call from Tarek, the in-game leader at this time, by the way, create a situation where the other 2 players on phase have to save. Players will save when they don't for sure want to give up another round. It helps economy. So on a struggled round 5s from phase, we all wait to see if C9 can transfer. And who else opens the round but Tarek again? This creates a 5-1 lead, and things are looking extremely favorable. Sure, FaZe go on to win the next 8 rounds in a row, but we take the last 2, creating an 8-7 half going into CT side. We're looking good.
Come on!
But then, devastation. The B bomb site falls apart. Tarek takes 2 as payment, but no one else on FaZe dies this round, causing them to steamroll 3 rounds in a row. That's when it started to happen. Sure,
Bro,
we went around.
I never realized how important like paying attention to the money was in these games. I'm not gonna lie, I thought you just started off with the same money every time. I had no idea that there was like a thing with that. I had no idea that even mattered, because that's the same thing like in Valorant, right?
Here and there, but FaZe was winning more than they were losing. 11-7, 13-8, 14-9. Soon, it was 15-11, and everyone was waiting for the inevitability to happen again. But then, who else but the content machine Tarek puts the game on his back and does this.
Meister maybe offering a fake towards the B bomb site. Meanwhile, the flash comes in towards A. Skadoodle in the smoke. Skadoodle taken down. Tarek's got to go huge here. He's got a crossfire with Rush. We've got Guardian in a short position, and he's exposed, but he goes down. Rush still alive. 4 versus 3. Spotting one player, maybe 2 towards the other position. Now Meister's on short, but there's a flash, and he's taken down. Tarek is not done with this laser yet.
God!
Here it is, Tarek!
What happens after this is something short the work of an angel. Perhaps some FPS deity. Nonetheless, it was truly miraculous. The game had been back and forth enough in the second half that FaZe was forced to eco, but we still have a huge problem. You see, the next round, 2 people die on the entry on C9, so Kerrigan and Guardian have site control, and worse still, Guardian is in the back of the site with an op, down one of the longest sight lines in the game. Worse still, 2 of C9 are rotating through here. Thankfully, for the moment, a smoke blocks the vision of Guardian, but he's been known to pull out wins with his signature weapon. But due to clever movement from the entirety of Cloud9 and honestly, Kerrigan making the misplay of flanking instead of holding sight cross for his AWPer, they managed to scrape together another win. 15-13.
Oh, wow.
There are 2 rounds.
Damn,
left.
just that little bit of
FaZe
cover.
decide to
Because
save again.
Fuck.
Smart. Because they don't have a perfect buy this round. And since there's only 2 rounds left, why not have 1 good round instead of 2 bad rounds? They rush B site. But who do they come across but the 2 best Asians North America has to offer? Stewie and Automatic.
Come on, baby.
Automatic, unfortunately, gets pushed into smoke and flank.
NA Asians go way harder than any other Asians. I'm just saying. No cap.
G9
no
went
cap.
off the round timer ending alone. But they kill everyone anyhow. And here we are. 15-14. This is it. Either we win this round and keep fighting this uphill battle.
Oh my God! Please tell me somebody like 1v5s right here
the major
for the
trophy,
win.
And North America remains the laughingstock of the Counter-Strike community. Skadoodle never sees his trophy. But it was a good run, right?
Wait, what?
I mean, this is the farthest anyone's ever made it. And it's literally the last round in the final map of the grand finals. Both teams even upset the opposite team's map choice, showing they truly are both incredible teams. We may not win it, but we showed we stand toe-to-toe with the best players out there.
We
That
didn't
shit was
win.
good enough. But you see, I mentioned something before. A dark horse. And who is this dark horse that could cause any amount of chaos to happen? Someone that was bred in it. Someone who got their start in the chaos. Someone who could do the impossible. Stewie 2K.
Uh-oh.
FaZe was about to learn this the hard way. They faked presence on the A bomb site, causing a rotation to happen from Automatic, leaving Stewie alone in the back of the bomb site. This, so far, is going according to Kerrigan's plan. However, Olaf Meister overpeaks and gets caught by Stewie. This leads to the greatest solo bomb site defense ever performed on CSGO, and one of the greatest CSGO moments ever recorded.
Oh, shit.
Needless to say, the crowd loved it.
But Automatic's going towards A. Nothing else is going on. He's got to go back. Stewie's on his own. But look at the time. Look at the time. There's 7 seconds to plant the bomb. They're trying to build pyramids, but there's no more play. Stewie's won.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Yo, Stewie is like that. You know what? He hitched the. When he hitched back to get the guy at the top, he was like, "Oh, crouch, 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 aim up a little bit." Oh, what the fuck?
All the way.
That boy nasty, boy. God.
Is Stewie to save them. The only man that could. The only man in position. Never wavering, never faulting. They give themselves another chance, and you have to wonder where are FaZe's heads at after that one.
So now we're here.
Damn.
Overtime. First to win 4 of 6. Overtime also has max money, but it's not important. Basically, both teams can buy whatever they want, and it's just a showing of pure skill versus skill. Cloud9 take the first round, but it's close. Next round comes in and it's less close, but C9 have seemed to hit a stride, and their defense is looking solid. Like,
how many do you have to win?
Solid.
In a
FaZe
row?
have to save this round as they didn't get enough kills.
I thought it was
and
win
bought
by
a lot of
2.
expensive guns rounds prior.
It's not
so
win by
this
2.
is looking like a 3-0 lead in overtime. But due to a clever flank from Rain, Cloud9 barely managed to scrape a win in a 2v2 situation, with Tarek taking out Olaf in a post-plant situation with barely any health alive. Too close for comfort, but hey, we're switching sides and we just need 1 win, 1 round. We should be able to, reverse swept. Cool. Okay. So now we're here in overtime 2, which honestly for a major grand final, overtime is rare enough on its own. We're in overtime 2 and FaZe opens with a CT-sided win. That's expected, but it still feels bad. 19-18. But then the next round, this happens.
Situation's even better.
So wait, hold on. Before they do that, is it win by 4 because of the fact that you have like the buy thing or whatever? So they give everybody an opportunity to like make sure they have everything they have or something. Why is it not win by 2? Like that seems.
Minute mark now, and Stewie's moving away from B.
could do this before, but this time he's been discovered.
Oh, Tark
will
like
take him
that?
down, and it's a 5v4 for Cloud9 with 40 seconds to go. And Carrigan, he can't reposition. He has to frag. He has to frag, and he gets only one. And now that's Cloud9 moving quickly towards B. They have the utility. But Olofmeister on the flank. Can he catch Rush here? Rush pops up.
Fuck.
And Rush is knocked down. Whack-a-mole there for Olofmeister. But Guardian still in position. They managed to get there fast enough. The bomb has to be planted, and Cloud9 out of this advantage.
Tarek,
he got
brave enough
the
to just hold the bomb plant. He knows Guardian's in construction, trying to back off, trying to reposition. Sees him,
Oh
tags him, but
my
doesn't drag
God.
him. Holding the angle once again, but does he go high,
Bro,
does he
if
go
he
low?
hit that-
It is a dance, and now they concede multiple angles.
Oh my
Tarek
God,
takes it,
Tarek, let's go,
Guardian on
baby.
11 HP. Rain,
No, you gotta hit
gets the
that.
angle
No,
now.
you gotta
Superior
hit
angle.
that.
Is
What
there
the
a defuse
fuck
for the
was that?
CT
Oh,
side?
shit, back
Nine
up,
is
back up,
just-
Tarek,
they're
back up,
spamming
Tarek.
the grenades,
Ah!
they're touching the bomb. And now goes Rain.
Tarek,
Another
what the
bomb.
fuck?
Trying to defuse it again, but no.
Damn!
Tarek killed every enemy player himself, or what's known as acing.
God!
Rare enough on their own, but in a major final, a feat to achieve for sure.
In overtime,
Not
too?
only that, but it's a T-sided round. We've seen C9's defense, and it's incredibly well done. This could be the round we needed to gain an edge.
That boy Tarek not playing
The
games
morale
with
from Tarek's
nobody.
ace was so well received by his team that 4 of C9 survive in the final round of the first half, easily giving us a second T-sided round. And now, we're on CT side. Both teams deal blows until Nico and Guardian have Skadoodle surrounded on site. It's currently a 2v3, but certain to be a 2v2 in a matter of moments. After all, Nico, the Demon Slayer himself, is clearing Skadoodle out. But Skadoodle then pulls out something a little interesting. By dropping the smoke and becoming as annoying as possible to clear off sight, he gained his team time to rotate, causing both phase members to get swarmed by the remaining CTs.
What?
And we're here again. One round away from making or breaking history. The round begins and my heart is absolutely pumping. I can only imagine what it's like for those players on that stage that day. But nonetheless, the round starts all the same. Skadoodle opping A site with Tarek and Rush defending A halls, while Stewie opts B site with automatic to support him. But this was also pretty far from normal. I mean, listen to this crowd.
Oh, God.
Skadoodle gets pressured out of mid
You
and
can't
first
hear
counter
shit.
utility, but Kerrigan isn't wavered. Even with his back against the wall, he knows what you're thinking. Kerrigan pushes the smoke and gets a devastating position on the B bomb site flank and rotate. But here's the thing. Tarek was born online. He knows about the funny flank, so he punishes Kerrigan. But because the flank was called, Stewie is out of position for the push on B site, so Nico kills him. Automatic playing anti-flash peeks over the smoke on Flower Pot and gets the trade using automatic and gets rewarded with a frag on Olofmeister. But because Rain is in position for the smoke, he blind fires through and trades on Tarek.
Oh, that was
2v3.
hard.
Automatic pushes
That was
the smoke and trades
hard.
Rain, but Guardian finally finishes planting the bomb.
Bro,
Only
how do they do
4
those like
seconds,
back
by the way,
jumps
and
so
trades
fast?
automatic.
What
Now,
the fuck?
It's a 1v2. Bombs down.
Wait,
Guardian
it's
has
all
an op
Guardian?
in the back of a bomb site.
I was about to say he's on the
If this
longest
was any
thing
other
again,
player,
right?
you'd have his bet stacked against him. But he sits at the back of the site.
I don't get how. Why don't they
He
just
peeked CT for a
Why don't
push
they
to
just
the smoke, but
position
it
to
never
double
comes.
push? Why don't they
He
double
knows
push?
One is rotating
it's
from
one
mid.
person.
His utility came from that
I don't
direction.
understand.
But is Skadoodle with him? Or did he go CT? He has to bang on both coming from Banana, as he needs to create space for himself to work with. He aims where Rush is about to peak. And for one brief moment, the entire world stood still. No one made a sound. Everyone wanted the same thing, but we wouldn't believe it until we saw it. And then?
Patiently, as Cloud9 sets the push up. Oh, it's happened!
Oh my God, he did it! Oh, he did it!
Are your E-League major champions!
Oh shit! Oh my God! I thought they lost, bro. I was gonna be so mad at the end of this. I was like, how did I just watch an hour-long video just for these niggas to lose? Damn, Skadoodle wanted that shit, bro. Skadoodle wanted that. If I'm FaZe, I'd be tight because they were definitely way more consistent of a team. This is like one of those just just random things that just kind of happens, man. This is crazy, bro. This is what makes sports good, I guess, huh?
That is the most
but win 4
way
out of the
to
6.
win a major.
Oh, so first to 4. Gotcha.
They weren't the favorites. They were the underdogs. They were a heavy underdogs, but they did it for North America. Skadoodles won the major.
This has to be one of the most incredible storylines we've ever had.
Yeah, double overtime in the finals.
North America with the
That's
major
crazy.
win.
But it's like, in my head, you would imagine that if 2 of the greatest teams are going against each other, I would imagine it would just go round for round like every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would imagine every finals would be like double, triple, like overtime, you know?
That is truly incredible. The class, resilience, the
In my
strength,
head?
time and again that they've shown is something very special indeed.
The best Cloud9 we have ever seen with the most difficult run. Cloud9, the E-League Major champions.
I know that felt crazy. Damn, so Tarek has, so like that's why people like hold him to like just such a fucking honor, huh? Because he's actually won like a major, like he's been on the main stage and won. That's epic. And he got MVP. I wouldn't doubt it, bro. After that op play in overtime,
everybody felt like it was them.
Nigga picked up an op and got an ace in fucking overtime. They better give him the. They better give him MVP.
Major.
Ooh, epilogue. Was this where he gives like credits and shit?
The boy who I learned about all the way back in 2015, who couldn't even make it to Legends stage, was finally sitting on the throne. He had done it. We had done it.
Since 2015, bro, he was fucking working for this. God, that has to be, man, that's got, did he, what do you call it? Did he retire like right after this? In my head, I would think that somebody who like finally got it after that, after 8 years of going for it, he probably would have just retired.
North America had won its first, and to be honest with you, only major in Counter-Strike history against the best team ever constructed before.
Is it because we just don't play? Like, is that what it is? Because I remember he was doing that like thing where he showed that there were 24 teams in EU, and then there were like 3 whatever, you know? Wait, there's more than one major a year? How the fuck is that? How does that happen?
5 online Andes who mainly just joked around and farmed Twitch clips managed to beat people that, if Counter-Strike is still around a decade from now, will still be talked about as legends.
I thought those were like the champion games.
This is one
those
I've
are
been waiting to
majors?
share with you for a long time.
That's fucking crazy.
But I suppose if you've been watching this far, I owe you something.
Is he about to give us some dick?
I've been lying this entire time. This video essay isn't about the greatest game of Counter-Strike ever played. I mean it when I say it, but this video essay isn't about that. It's a video essay about how a video game can make a 20-year-old go beetle position screaming in joy at his computer monitor, only to 20 seconds later start crying when his favorite opera won his first trophy. How 5 years later he can rewatch that game.
Yeah, it blows my mind how people don't see that gaming at a higher level, like people who are really into sports, they can't understand that people watching stuff like this can also like love it just as much. I never understood how they just don't understand that. I never got that.
Still feel the emotions he felt on that day. And why did I, the Dead by Daylight casual child's game enjoyer, make a video about a dead FPS game that's been overtaken by a shinier, newer model? Because this game refuses to die. This game just recently had a 1.3 million concurrent player count, making it the most played game on Steam, breaking its previous count from 2018. This is in 2023. Its majors are still electric and roaring with energy. The people still love this game and the personalities that come with it. I might not know a lot about the pro scene anymore, but the new FaZe lineup is one of my favorites since the moment back in 2018. And I sure know how to pick them because they just snagged a shiny new major trophy.
Oh,
I caught
wow.
a glimpse that day of how I felt back in my mother's attic, yelling loud enough that she could hear me. Those moments, those emotions are some of the most raw feelings
My
someone
parents,
could feel.
my brothers.
I want to indoctrinate as many new people into it as I can. I love this game. I said it in the beginning and I'll say it again. This game has brought me so many memories. Maybe all it takes is a shiny new form of polish to bring back some of those great players, some of that incredible talent, or even possibly some of our old friends. But it goes beyond that. Video games were meant to be works of art that someone could interact with. But who knew what it would become, what it could still become? Ultimately, though, this is about my love for you, the viewer, and my incessant want to share stories. I hope you enjoyed this one.
Oh,
Stay
how we
safe,
did.
Stay happy.
I definitely did.
And good night.
Oh, dude, that was, please go subscribe to this guy, man. That was beautiful. I loved every second of that, bro. I loved every second of that. Oh my God.